Your success in life will be determined by your ability to solve problems.
The video you're about to watch is one of the legends in the personal development space, Brian Tracy, who is talking about how to be successful. He's talking to a group of entrepreneurs. I believe it's the Genius Network, and he is instructing them specifically on how to become successful. Take a look at this clip and we'll talk about it afterwards, and then we'll dive into one more clip of another legend. Let's dive in.
Success is the ability to solve problems. Your success in life will be determined by your ability to solve problems. The way that you solve problems is simply to think about solutions. What are all the possible solutions? Be intensely solution-oriented. Don't allow yourself to get bogged down, negative, upset, unhappy about the problem and who did it. Focus on the solution and the actions that you can take. And when you start to think about the solutions, remember Helen Keller's wonderful line, when you turn toward the sunshine, the shadows fall behind you. When you start thinking about solutions, we could do this, we could do that, and you could do this, and I could do that, and we could do. When you start thinking about solutions, your mind goes calm, your creativity turns on, you start to have more energy, you start to feel more confident, and so on. Thinking about problems makes you negative and shuts down your brain. Thinking about who's to blame is even worse. But thinking about what you can do and the actions you can take puts you back in charge.
That clip is so phenomenal because it does put you back in charge of solving the problem that you're in. And you may not be the one who got you in the problem, but there's a good chance that you are a major factor in the problems that you're going through. And that right there, accepting that reality is the key. But the moment we get stressed, the moment we start to shame ourselves or shame others and get into that victim mentality, like Brian Tracy said, it just shuts down our brain. And so to open up our mind, to open up levels of confidence and levels of creativity, first and foremost, we have to recognize, hey, we're in a problem, but thinking about the problem is not going to get me out of it. I have to become solution-oriented. But here's the thing. Sometimes it's not as easy as just hearing that. To actually take action can be really difficult depending on the level and the intensity of the problem that you're going through. And so I want to share another clip real quick, and then we'll tie a knot in this video, which is really just encouraging you to get back up on your feet, to start to think and give your attention to solving the problem that you're in. It may be a very significant problem that you're going through. It could be relationally, it could be financially, it could be your health and your fitness. It could be any one of those things. And it could almost feel overwhelming. But again, if you fix your attention on the problem will get worse. If you can turn your attention on being solution-oriented, just like Brian Tracy said, you will, day after day after day after day, become more successful. I want to take a break real quick and encourage you to get into Success Before Sunrise. What is Success Before Sunrise? Success Before Sunrise is a live call I do every weekday morning at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. And the reason I do that is because it will keep you on track of focusing your attention on the right things, gearing up for the day with the right attitude, being goal-oriented. And so I want to invite you, click the link in the description. You will get your first week free. If you love it, which I believe you will, you can continue to be a part of that every single week. But let's dive into this second clip where we hear another two legends in their fields talking about this very same thing.
What I want everybody to listen to today while Coach is talking, he's going to say a bunch of things that are going to be life-changing that you remember. And obviously he has a way of speaking that hits you in the chest. But I want you to be studying his mindset. There's millions of people listening to this. Just study this man's mindset. Obviously, it's backed by his faith. There's a lot of things that separate like the greatest from like the pretty goods, right? And one of them is your ability to play hurt. Like even this interview today, I'm not physically hurt, but I got some stuff going on in my life that could distract me today. You know what I mean? And like, I got to be able to brush that aside and laser in because I get to interview and talk to a legend today. And I think you experience this even with the men on your team. Like I watched the game, you're like, injury is different than hurt. Can you play hurt? Do you think that's a separator, people's ability to play hurt as opposed to just play when everything's perfect in life?
True. Well, first and foremost, everything is never going to be perfect. Aren't we all playing hurt?
See, you relate it to a game. I'm relating it to life because I want you to win on and off the field. Aren't we all hurt? Somebody's going through divorce. Somebody's having financial problems. Somebody received terrible news from the doctors. Somebody the cubicle you work in, the lady sitting right next to you don't like you, mistreating you badly, and you're not performing at work because of the discomfort. My morning message said, we can't win today if we don't focus on today. Focus on your now and give it everything you have inside to make it successful. It's too easy to distract you and to get you out of your character. It's time for you to huddle up with yourself, call your play, and execute. That was my morning message. I sat down in this chair this morning. That's what God gave me. Typed it up, and I put it out. That was the message. We're all playing hurt. Like the first chapter, even if you broke, keep it moving. When life knocks you down, get back up. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Nobody is living a perfect life. You're not the only one facing problems, but show each other compassion. Lift each other up and show compassion tremendously. Take care of yourself physically and don't ignore mental health.
That clip echoes the point that Brian Tracy was saying. Deion Sanders is talking about life in general for all of us. Every single person is going through something. There is something for every single human being on the planet to worry about, to stress out about, to be frustrated about. There are problems. That is an inevitability of life. And what we have the opportunity to do is to create the success that we desire in our life, not by focusing on the problem, but by focusing on the solution. And again, these things that are happening in our life, sometimes they're not our fault that we got into a problem. Sometimes it is somebody else's doing that puts us in a situation that is a problem for us. But if we allow victim mentality to dictate how we treat that situation, we're most often going to just focus our attention on blaming other people, and that keeps us in the problem the whole time. It puts us in a negative position of waiting for somebody else to do something to bring us out. So no matter what got you into the situation you're in, whether it is financial, whether it is fitness, whether it is relationally, whatever it is, recognize right now to huddle up with yourself, like Deion said, and recognize that you have the ability to solve the problem. Don't focus on the problem. Focus on the solution to the problem. Get creative. Let confidence rise. Start to get one foot in front of the other by focusing on the solution. All right, this is the end of this video of Mindset Mastery. There's going to be plenty more. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like this. Go follow the other videos, the Ed Mylett, the Genius Network. I don't really know much about the Genius Network, but that was a video hosted by them. I'm sure there's great content out there. And then if you want more Mindset Mastery videos, again,